Good day, everyone. I am Jemery M. Dago-oc, and my task is to tackle about open-ended tools in mathematics teaching and learning. It is the continuation of the report of Miss Bogan. At the end of the lesson, the pre-service teacher should be able to 12.1 create materials using gaming in mathematics teaching. Kahot, a pre-student response tool for administering quizzes, facilitating discussions, and collecting survey data. So, it is a game-based learning platforms. So, it allows us to create quizzes, share, and play learning games. So, we already know that Kahoot in the times of pandemic, it is known and it is useful for us, especially as students. Socrative, a quiz-based formative assessment tool with multiple features that can enrich teaching and learning. So I have a friend to discuss on how to use Socrative for us to know and to learn.
Today we're going to be exploring more of the Socrative app, which is a web-based formative assessment tool that educators can use in their classrooms in grades kindergarten through 12th grade. And today what I really want us to focus on learning is how to launch our quizzes once we've created them in real time, as well as logging in as a student on that launched quiz so we can really see what our students are experiencing when they're taking those quizzes. So first, what I want us to do is on your smartphone or laptop, on your web browser, visit socrative.com, and once we've had this page load, click on the teacher login in the upper right hand corner. And since we've already created accounts, our email and our password should be filled in, and we can click the sign in button. And every time that you log in now, since you've created an account, you will see this dashboard here. So today I want to show you how to launch our quiz once we've created them. So if you click the launch button, it should already be highlighted, is now click the quiz button and it automatically is going to prompt this to start a new activity. And we want to click yes because this is going to restart a new launched quiz. So we're going to click the yes button. And from here, it's going to give us our options. So these are the 3 quizzes that I've created in my account, and they live in the quiz folder. And so they're always going to pop up when we're asked to launch quizzes. And for today, I want to select my science vocabulary quiz. So I'm going to click that, and then the orange next button. And now it's going to ask me, well, what delivery method and settings do I want on this quiz that I'm about to launch? So there's 3 options for the delivery method. The first one is the instant feedback, and this is going to give students instant feedback on their answers, whether they were correct or not, after each question. The next one is going to be open navigation. So this is where students can skip over questions and come back to them later, so they won't get that instant feedback after each question that they submit. Rather, they'll get it at the end once they've submitted the entire quiz. The last option is the teacher paced. So this is where the teacher controls what questions being asked to each student at the same time. So what I want to do today is I usually choose the instant feedback. I find that the most helpful for students as well as for the teacher. So I'm going to click that, and when I click that delivery method, it automatically turns on the require name setting. So when the student logs in, they're required to write their name in, and it also turned on the show question feedback. Like I mentioned earlier, after each question, it's going to give them that feedback on whether they were correct or not. I'm also going to turn on the show final score because I find that helpful at the very end of the test. It tells them how many questions they got correct out of the total, as well as their percentage on that quiz. So once I have selected my delivery method and I've gone through the settings, I'm then going to click the start button. And when I click the start button, my quiz is now launched. And before we get the students logged in, it's important that you look at the upper top of your screen. It shows you your room name, and this is important for students because they need that to log in to this launched quiz. So you can write it on the whiteboard or you can give it to them however is easy for you. So now that we have our quiz launched here, I'm going to open a new tab and show you how it's going to look for the students. So the students are going to visit socrative.com, And what I love about this app is that they don't have to create an account. It's super easy for them to log into these quizzes. They just have to select the student login. And from here, this is that room name that I mentioned earlier you need to give your students. So mine was Elizabeth 6487. And now I've typed that in. I'm going to click join. And now it's going to ask for my name. So I'm going to type in my name and click the done. And now it automatically logs me into this quiz that the teacher has launched. So I'm going to go through each question by question and answer it at my own pace. And now this is that instant feedback that I mentioned earlier. So what it shows is it tells you if it's correct or not. It also restates the question, and it shows you the correct answer that the teacher has given. So then once you're done reading that, you can click OK, and it automatically goes into the next question. So this one's a true or false, so I'm going to select my answer and submit it. And again, this is that same feedback after each question. I'm going to click OK. And now this is the last question of my quiz. It always shows you in the upper left. So now this one's a short answer. So what it requires of the student is to click this box and then type in their answer to this question. And once they've typed it in, then they can hit the submit answer. And again, this is that instant feedback for this exact question. So once I'm done reading that, then I can click OK. And now this is the final score that we added in our settings. So it tells you that you finished your test, it gives you the score, so I got 3 out of 3 correct, and my percent was 100. So once they're done reading that, then they can click the OK button, and it takes them to this screen where it just tells them to wait for your teacher until all the students have finished their quizzes. So now, what I want to do now that this student has submitted their quiz, let's go back to the teacher view on my other browser. So now it shows the student's name, their progress, and for each question it tells you, the teacher, what they answered, and it's green if it's correct and it will show up red if they've answered it incorrectly. So once all the students have submitted, then the teacher can go over here on the upper right. It says finish. So when you click finish, that now ends that launched quiz. And from here, you can get reports, you can view a chart that's very similar to that last screen that we saw, or you can relaunch or launch another quiz of your choice. So this was really how to launch our quizzes on the Socrative app, as well as what it looks like for our students when they do log in.
Quizzes is a creativity software company used in class, group works, pre-test review, exam, unit tests, and impromptu tests. It allows students and teachers to be online at the same time or take this an assignment. Since we already know what is quizzes, so let's proceed. Wolfram Alpha is a unique engage for computing answers and providing knowledge. It works by using this vast store or expert level knowledge and algorithms to automatically answer questions, to do analysis, and generate reports. So I have a friend to introduce or discuss for us what is Wolfram Alpha.
Hello, my name is Sebastian Fortier and I'm 19 years old. I'm studying natural sciences at Montmorency College and I'm currently in my fourth semester. In my program, we often have to deal with mathematic problems, chemistry problems, and physics problems. If we take, for example, mathematics, we often have to calculate long integrals. By practicing the concepts seen in class and by doing exercises, I sometimes happen to get lost in my calculations and I might make some attention errors. Thanks to the website called Wolfram Alpha, I can fix this problem. It allows me to compare my results calculated by hand with those on the website. This program shows us not only the answers to the problems, but also all the step-by-step solutions. And this is something that I really enjoy about this website because in our textbook, the steps are rarely shown and we must understand the exercises with only the answers given. So now if you want to access this website, you'll need to open a browser like Safari, Chrome, or Explorer. Once you get to the web page, you'll need to click on the address bar and type the website's URL, which is www.wolframalpha.com. Now that you have accessed the main page, you can see at the bottom of the screen in the middle 4 tabs, which are Mathematics, Science and Technology, Society and Culture, and finally Everyday Life. I usually only use the two first, which are mathematics and science and technology, to help me with my homework and my projects. There are two main ways to use this website. The first one is by searching your specific subject in the multiple section of the website. So as you can see, under each of the four main sections, there are plenty of subsections. For example, under the science and technology section, we can decide to practice our physics skills or even our chemistry skills. For each subsection, once you click on it, it will give you plenty of other choices related to the subsection theme. So by using the website like this, you will be able to access a specific subject that interests you. For example, here are some themes related to my field of study, such as mechanics, electricity and magnetism, and relativity. Each of these subjects can lead to a physics laws. For example, here the Ohm's law that relates the resistance, the voltage, and the current of an electric circuit. And now for the second main way to use this website, you'll need to go back to the main page. To do that, whenever you want, you just have to click on the Wolfram Alpha logo and it will automatically bring you there. Just like this. So the second way to use the website is by searching something in the search bar. I usually use this website like this because I think it is way easier than the other method. Okay, so let's say you want to integrate an equation. First, you'll need to type what you want to do. So in this case, it will be integrate. And then you just have to type the equation in question. So for example, if you want to calculate this, you just have to type this. At the top of screen in the middle, you can see the integral with the answer. If you want to check all the step-by-step solution, you will have to click on the step-by-step solution button. As you can see, the website also shows us the graph of the integral. So if you were wondering how to represent this function graphically, you can now know how. So now that you know a little bit more about wolframalpha.com, it is your turn to put it on work and try it. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.